I think this is visible to all of you, exploring
Yeah, yeah.
nature's go and all that.
Yes.
Okay, good, great. Uh, Hello everyone. A warm welcome to all of you to our today's talk show at Jungle Chimes. I'm Gargi Mishra, as you know me very well, the host for the day. Before moving to our talk show, let me introduce you to our company and the esteemed speaker we have today. We are a wildlife consulting company called Exploring Nature. It is basically a community of like minded people who love and see the nature differently. Our prime mission is to create awareness to save the nature so that the people in the present as well as in the future can cherish nature with its utmost glory. In short, we believe protect nature and she will protect you. Our regular talk show, Jungle Chimes, is a stepping stone in that direction of creating awareness among the general mass. It is an interactive platform for knowledge sharing and discussion. The other existing initiatives that we organize under our banner of exploring nature are nature trails and photo walks, nature and wildlife photography workshops, nature and wildlife photography camps, nature and wildlife photography expeditions. Let me explain a little bit about all of them. The first one is nature trails and photo walks. This is meant for all the age groups in which we make people understand the importance of coexistence with nature amicably. Human and nature relationship is age old. We all are quite aware of that, and we cannot survive without nature. So let's make the world a better place by conserving nature. We share the knowledge of documentation, identification, and photography of the jungle denizens and nature through this program. The second initiative is nature and wildlife photography workshops. During this workshop, participants would learn to capture nature through the lenses under expert guidance. They can make their own photo stories by capturing nature's smallest element to the largest. In other words, they will learn the micro photography as well as the macro photography under supervision. Learning the use of appropriate gear and gadgets is also a part of this workshop. The next one is nature and wildlife photography camps. Nature and wildlife photography can be created lively with the proper knowledge and understanding of the nature. All the amateur photographers should know to read the moods of nature to have emotive as well as effective photography. In short, a photograph should speak to its spectators. Simultaneously, with best photography comes great responsibility towards nature, which should not be compromised in any case. The experts sensitize the participants about their responsibilities towards nature. And the fourth one is nature and wildlife photography expeditions. Nature and wildlife photography expeditions expeditions help to develop the sustainability based ecotourism, which indirectly help the economic growth of the area. As a result, the local tourism would get a boost, and the local living in and the people living in and around the area would get a chance of better living. Subsequently, the participants as well as the people of that area would understand the importance of nature conservation under expert guidance. And finally, we have a wildlife consulting section, and this wildlife consulting section deals with the management of bird sanctuaries, wildlife sanctuaries, national parks, and tiger reserves in assessing habitats, observe wildlife, conduct wildlife surveys, planning and development of sustainable ecotourism, guide training programs, and promotional and conservational activities. So these are the contact details of exploring nature. You have email ID, phone numbers, Facebook links, and Twitter and Insta. Whoever wants to connect to or contact Exploring Nature can have these details and directly contact Exploring Nature. And here I would like to introduce our event partner and equipment partner. Our event partner is WeNaturalists, and let's welcome uh, our today's representative from WeNaturalists, Mr. Setu sir, from the um, WeNaturalist Business Development Team, and all the control goes to Setu sir first. So Setu sir, feel free to explain about your organization and whatever initiative you are taking. The control goes to you for the time being.
Sure. Thank you, Gargiji. Thank you, Exploring Nature and Mukulji, for organizing such a wonderful event. My name is Setu Doshi, and I'm the Business Development Head at WeNaturalists. I'll just be short and brief regarding the platform. WeNaturalist is a digital solutions provider for organizations and individuals who are working in the field of nature. We provide solutions in the form of project management, communication and data management, membership and participants management for organizations, as well as from an individual perspective. They can find relevant set of opportunities to get access to in the form of jobs, assignments, events and training programs, be it any workshops which are being shared all across the globe. They can participate over here. Organizations can share their fundraising requirements over here, actively manage that particular project from start till the end, actively manage the communications around it, create and build a community related to that, and create a much more larger and lasting impact. Just to be brief in terms of the organizations and the people we reach at the current stage, we cross more than 100 different countries and around 300,000 users all across the globe. Some of the prominent organizations present on the platform and utilizing the services involves Bombay Natural History Society, International Rhino Foundation, as well as multiple other organizations from different parts of the world. They're utilizing the platform in terms of managing their annual meetings and planning sessions, as well as managing their memberships in the space, managing their programs and projects, as well as sharing the fundraising projects and managing actively those projects on the platform. So the idea is to bring together all the action which is happening all across the globe in terms of nature conservation and climate action and consolidate it at one place, so that the impact measurement and evaluation is much more simpler. I would really request and I'm pleased to connect with multiple other such individuals present on the platform, and I look forward to probably connecting with each and every one of you in the future to understand your requirements and showcase you how the platform can offer the solutions and the details which you might be looking for to grow your network, to grow your impact. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Setu sir, for your kind cooperation and your presence today with Exploring Nature. And we hope we will be there. This association will bring some very nice results. And we hope you would be there with us in future also. Thank you so much. Thanks for
Definitely,
coming
definitely.
today.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And our next partner, equipment partner is Zeiss. Actually, today, due to tight work schedule, nobody from Zeiss could turn up for this um, webinar. So today I'm going to present them directly from my desk. Uh, Zeiss, as all of you know, that is a world-renowned uh, company, and it doesn't need actually any introduction. But still, just to inform people who don't know about Zeiss, I'm just going to tell few lines about them. Zeiss is a German manufacturer of optical system and optoelectronics. That means technology that deals with the combined use of electronics and light. It is one of the oldest existing optics manufacturers in the world. The company was responsible for many innovations in optical design. Camera lenses from Zeiss stand for maximum imaging quality. For photography, millions of photographers trust SLR or mirrorless system cameras. Cinematography lenses from Zeiss have helped to create distinctive images in many famous movies. and have already received 3 Technical Academy Awards. Brilliant, bright, and high contrast images with Zeiss binoculars and spotting scopes help to experience unique moment of nature. Zeiss lenses for technical applications assist scientists and engineers in a wide diversity of applications. So these are all about our partners. Let's move to our today's guest speaker, Mr. Prateek Panwar. Let me introduce him to the participants, to our viewers here. He has a decade of successful stint in the field of corporate marketing and advertising. Since his early childhood, he had an unexplained love affair with camera, wildlife, and mountains. His ultimate pursuit was to explore and collect ancient wisdom, traditional knowledge, and natural history of flora and fauna of the wild Himalayas. He pioneered the cause of bird conservation under the name of ARCH, Action and Research for Conservation in Himalayas. The upcoming event of Great Himalayan Bird Count conducted by ARCH in the month of October 2022 will span for 4 days, in which Himalayan Bird Conservation Initiative will cover avian habitats from wetlands in the Himalayan foothills, in the Terai-bhabhar plains to alpine meadows and snow lines spread over all river valleys in Garhwal region in Uttarakhand. So I wish and I hope maximum number of people would turn up for this event and cooperate with our speaker, our esteemed speaker today, Mr. Prateek Panwar sir. And these are the following details. Prateek Panwar has been the founder of ARCH, and all these details you can just note down, and you can directly contact to the speaker if ever you want to join the different kind of initiative he is taking, and different kinds of initiative he is conducting under the banner of ARCH. So now I would like to request Prateek Panwar sir to take the stage. And sir, all the stage is yours now.
Thank you,
All the best.
Gargi ma'am. Thank you. And
All the
first
best.
of all, allow me to express my gratitude for this opportunity. Wonderful work that you guys are doing. Very impressive. My compliments and congratulations to you all. Hi, everybody. Name is Prateek, and I belong to a last border village in district Uttarkashi, which also happened to be a last district in Uttarakhand. So this is the westernmost district, but I was born and brought up in Dehradun. So Dehradun is my karm bhumi. So like everybody, we used to, like, during my wildlife filming days and all that. So what happens is that wherever I traveled, I found one thing very common. When you're in wildlife filmmaking, you're just sitting for hours waiting for some forest denizen to pass by, so that you could document. And then, especially when we were on the research mode while documenting the passages frequented by animal at what time. So we were sitting on top of machans, basic main passages, valleys, pathways to cross. So what only thing that I could pass my time was watching birds on top of a tree canopy. For hours we were sitting there. So birds were everywhere, and in any kind of travel opportunity that I had my previous professional assignment carried me to. So bird was, like I said, was something that I found common everywhere, whether it's mountain, whether it's desert, anywhere. Hello, somebody saying something?
Sir, please carry on, sir.
You carry on, sir.
Okay.
You don't get disturbed.
Yeah. Okay. So what happened was, in 2008, we decided like everybody, I used to go for bird watching like you all do, But then I thought, there's some meaning should come out of what we are doing. So we thought, let's start generating baseline data wherever we are going. Let's start generating data and let's make one annual event where, and winters is one of the best time where we find out all kinds of birds, migratory as well as altitudinal migrants, passage migrants passing through our lands, in Uttarakhand. So we thought, we decided every winters we should have one event where people, enthusiasts, passionate people for birding should come, join hands and volunteer and meet to generate a population baseline dynamics data, right? I mean, that is sighting records, to put it in simple words. So we thought, like 2 days should be travel to and fro to count destinations, and then 2 days should be a counting days. So you'll be amazed that we have around actually 105 transects, right? So these 105 transects are spread over in all river valleys from west to east. When I talk of west, that is in bordering Himachal, and then we come down to where we meet, join Kumaon. Because as you know, Uttarakhand is divided into two regions, Garhwal and Kumaon Himalayas. So what we are doing is majorly in all watershed of Garhwal Himalayas. And like Gargi ma'am said, it shared initially that from wetlands, that is around 400 meters of altitude to, we go up to almost 4,000 feet, 4,000 meters altitude, that is around 12,000 plus feet of altitude, that is above snow line, where the trees stop growing, and then you have, you know, amazing birds like ascenters and Himalayan monal and cheat pheasant and all these kind of stuff that you see, you know, finches that you see, rose finch and all, buntings you see in those areas. So we cover all representative bird habitats in Uttarakhand Garhwal, and we have been doing it since 2008. It's a non-commercial event. Of course, we charge because we have to meet out costs. There's a lot of transportation, travel costs, stay costs, food costs, you know. So I invite on my behalf that anybody who's interested in exploring mountains and wanting to see Himalayan birds, at least what we have in Uttarakhand. And you'll be surprised to know that out of 1,303 or 4 species that have been documented so far in this Indian subcontinent, our checklist stands around 730 plus. So this is, and you'll be wondering, you know, like, sorry, I'm really in a bad cold, having a bad cold. So what we did was, you know, when we started in 2008, so our Uttarakhand Forest Department checklist was 623 species. So when we started, you know, adding, checking birds. So today our checklist is around 730 plus, right? So this is what, and we have, I mean, not we, when I say we, I mean all the participants who had been part of the Great Himalayan Bird Count initiative. So far have, you know, it's I'll call it discovery. They have discovered 3 first sighting records of, one is of rook, then second is of yellowhammer, and third is of red kite, which was very surprising for us because red kite is a desert bird, right? But then we had a record. Then we were surprised with, you know, so many vagrants which have been passing by. We've been recording since almost 2008. So this is the contribution. I mean, you'll be wondering, I mean, why are we doing all this bird count and what is the use of it? So see, by doing a systematic repeat transect baseline study have helped in finding 3 bird species as first records in Uttarakhand, which is an amazing contribution to the science of ornithology, right? And this has all been done by people like you and me. Now we have coined a word called citizen scientists for them, you know. So this is an amazing contribution, and then we have, now when we look at our data for so long now, we can see, you know, a wave where we see a certain species which was recorded even in Grimmett and Inscape as a summer visitor. We've been seeing it as a regular, you know, finding in most of our trails. So this is when you actually do a repeat kind of thing year after year on the same transects. So it provides you some amazing, fantastic data, at least for the policymaker, you know, to note down in their management plan, especially the forest people, to, you know, use that data as data which can be helped in designing policies addressing issues, bird conservation issues. So this is, to put it in a nutshell, And we have had, when we started, we were first bird count in 2008. I remember we were just a group of 20 friends, and then we just shared our information to our friend circles, and then around 68 people landed on the first day when we started. And today, I mean, our highest score was 223, and that was like people really piled on us. We never had the infrastructure to handle more than 150 people. So now we keep it around 150 people, not more, because it costs a lot of money to handle so many people, sending them in different groups. And you'd be wondering that what these 150 people are doing and how they're doing. So what we don't go 150 people like a group in one direction, no. So what, like I said earlier, what we do is we, make small groups of 6 to 7 people, give them a vehicle mounted on the jeep plus a driver and fuel, and assign them a transit. So from point A is always Dehradun when we start. So point A to point B is the travel time to the count destination. Then point B. So second day they do point B to point C. That is around, and each of our transects are around 10 kilometers. Some are 8, but many are average 10 kilometers, but some goes even up to 19 plus in the same day, right? And we also go to some very high specialized trekking trails also, like Dehra Meadow, Dehra Bogyal, and Harkidun type and Chakrata area. So we have some amazing transects for all kind of people. Even people, a 90-year-old person can come join us. We can give him a transect where he just has sweats. He'll just sit on chair, a folding chair, and then he can watch bird throughout the day on some wetland. So we have around 3 wetlands that we cover. So this is how we do, So it's an amazing exercise. Now we've become such a big family that, and you'll be surprised, there are some people who have been coming since 2008 every year. So even this year also, you'll find people who've been there on the first bird count, and they'll be joining us this year also. So now people have started making their winter travel programs as per our dates, Himalayan bird count dates. So this is, I think, our feather in our cap, that we have managed to earn loyalty of people and patronage of people, who dedicated, passionate people about bird watching. Then across the country, people have been coming to us across the country. You name a nook and corner, we have some birder who's participated and joined with us, And not only here in the country, but people from overseas, people have been coming and joining us. So this is what we have come out. It's a non-commercial. It's not funded by any government agency. It's not supported by any grant support. We just do it from the joint funds that we gather from. Everybody shares their contribution, and then we go ahead and do it. So this is how. Any questions or anything else you'd like to ask me? I can't hear you guys. Hello?
That's wonderful. Sir, am I
Sir,
audible?
Yeah, now
sir,
yes.
Am I audible?
Yeah, now yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, your program looks very tempting. So definitely this year I'm joining you. So mostly maybe from next time onwards also, I will be your, full time.
No, that is your loss. You'll miss the action this year. You must come and join this year.
No,
if
I'm
you
coming
can.
this year only.
Acha, you're coming this year. Wonderful, lovely.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
But I will come next year, sir. This year my daughter is having her 10th exams. So I think I can't appear for this year. Next year, definitely I come.
Done. Most welcome.
Actually, up late I'm doing boarding in Uttarakhand as well. I'm a frequent. Up late I'm doing boarding in Uttarakhand, sir. I'm a frequent visitor of Kyari village. I love that place. I usually, whenever I get time, I used to flock to that place, and I do boarding in that area. But now I want to.
Kyari, where is this?
Uttarakhand. Kyari is the name is Camp Hornbill, and it is I think it's in Nainital district.
Okay, okay.
And sir,
Natal area.
how do you manage to cover so much of area, like in terms of kilometers, square kilometers? Like how much area do you cover using
Like
during
I
this
said,
particular
almost
program?
more than half of Uttarakhand.
Oh,
Great.
okay, okay,
Nice.
nice, sir. Nice, sir.
Actually, even in a small place, you will get a whole lot of species entirely different from what you will get in the central India and the South India and all that. The species are all
No,
together
people
different.
generally in bird count, yeah, people in bird count generally do is ki like the group of 40, 50 people going in one direction. See, so
Hmm.
big, huge group of people, nobody can enjoy birding in that. So birding has to be in groups of 6 to 7 people. That is on the higher side.
Right.
But just to see the
Maximum
economics of
is
the things, sorry,
hmm. Maximum is six. The lesser is better.
yeah,
Two, three,
yeah,
four is best.
yeah.
So
No, but then
really
we have to see economics of things also. Na.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
right.
Pratik sir, in hilly
You can
region,
call me Prateek. Please
okay,
call me Prateek.
okay. Acha, my question is,
Yeah.
in hilly area,
Ji.
the path is zigzag.
Ji.
So how you can
Yes.
you manage the linear transact system there?
Okay, that's a good question, sir. Good question. See, even we thought when we started this idea, we thought ki transect is always supposed to be a straight line.
A straight line.
But our transect is something like point A to point B, 10 kilometers. It's a going from one place to another in a defined road, and then when you start walking on that road, whatever birds you see within your eye distance, whatever
Oh,
birds that your eye can see
uh,
on
that
both
that
sides, you record
that
that.
is the
You
that is
record
the
that.
open system. Open, not the
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
closed
I
one,
mean,
not a
no, no,
limited
no. It,
meters. Whatever you are looking.
no, no. It can't be. It's not possible, sir. It's not possible. See, any bird
Okay.
that I can see from point A, and that
Oh.
means if I'm standing on point A, and even I see a bird half a kilometer away, that is a
Hmm.
lama girl flying by, I can see that, or a
Hmm.
Himalayan griffin, I can see where I am standing. So I'll note down.
And one thing more from my side, what should
G.
be the time maintained between point A to B and B to C?
See, we basically go as per the bird's convenience, if I can put it that way.
Huh.
That is 2
Huh.
hours after the sunrise and 2 hours before the sunset. These are our
Huh.
prime time, but you'll be
Best time, best time.
surprised. But you'll be surprised that in our topography, you see birds throughout the day.
Oh.
So in our so birds you see throughout the day. So people start walking from point A to point B. On the way they'll
Exactly.
stop for breakfast or lunch. Then they start moving. So that way,
Okay.
and they walk. So whatever. So
But
so each group has one or two spotter, one lead birder who is quite familiar with Himalayan species. We try to do a mixed match,
mix match.
and one or photographers, so that photo ID can be, photo record can be generated. So the other people following the group, they become, and one person of course is noting down the data in a pre-provided data sheets. G. So we have simplified a very complex process of encounter rate survey.
encounter
We have
rate
really
survey.
simplified the process, and it works, sir. It works.
That's good. That's good. Because in a hilly track, we only achieve the goal by simplifying the system. Otherwise, very
Exactly, sir.
difficult track.
That's true, sir. That's true.
Uh,
Then we even
I
try to note down the associated floral species that the bird is associated with. So we try to do our
okay.
observation people to how exhaustive or easy they can be.
That is the rich birding area. I know. I visited Dehradun in 2007, and in Jawahar
Okay.
Navodaya Vidyalaya, there was a national
G.
teacher workshop, and my project
Yes,
was
yes.
selected there. So I was representing for the first time in
okay.
Dehradun, and I in the morning, I don't remember the site, visit on a hill track from Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya to
Okay.
ahead, and I really in 5 days I gone through 35 species of birds. They are listed. I somewhere that is in
Okay.
my diary. I
Okay.
remember.
Dehradun, Dehradun, we have quite a diverse
Uh,
team. Dehradun, there is an institution called FRI, Forest Research Institute.
FRI is
The
very rich. I
campus,
visited there.
yes. So campus
I
for
also
FRI
visited
campus record is around 442 alone. Just that
442.
one
I
campus.
also I also visited WII one
G
day.
G G G.
Mr. Chaudhary
Even
was there,
WI has a
scientist.
good species.
Uh,
You see good
so,
woodpeckers there in that area.
and for the first time in Sahasradhara, Dehradun, I came
G.
across with white
A
capped
dipper.
red start.
Okay,
Uh,
that's a
uh,
very common bird, sir.
for the
White
first
cap and a
time.
plumbeous water rat. They're
Uh,
very common
uh,
birds.
and now it is
They
also
come down in
reported in
winters there.
Jharkhand. Do you
Haji.
know? It is also reported from
Haji.
Jharkhand. White
Okay.
capped red start. We
G
can't
G G.
believe in a bird
It's a
survey
it's a
of
beautiful bird.
we
It's a
find
beautiful
here.
bird to photographer. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought you seen
चलिए
a
बहुत
dipper
अच्छा
there.
लगा
Sesdara, you see dippers also.
हाँ सहस्त्रधारा सर प्लीज
Brown dipper. Sesdara, you can also see brown dipper, crested
oh
kingfisher. Another very beautiful
but I was
kingfisher.
there
Crested
for a
kingfisher.
short period and I observed that bird for the first time.
Ji.
Okay सर okay हाँ बहुत सुंदर
Ji.
खूबसूरत
Acha. It's a very beautiful bird. Yeah.
okay
Ji. 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 Ji.
Prateek sir,
Ji.
I have one question. Can you explain our viewers the difference between the Terai region, then the Bhavar, then snow plains, and alpine meadows? How they
Okay.
are geographically different from each other, and what kind of
Yeah.
bird actually prefer to live in those areas? And when the migratory
See,
birds
Tarai. Yeah. Okay.
come to
See.
those places,
See, Terai-bhabhar
so
is basically the plains, Gangetic plains. Terai-bhabhar is basically the Gangetic plains from where the mountains start on one side, right? So basically, it's a flat land, a very fertile land. It's a marshy land. So you find all kinds of waders there. So all kind of waders there. Then you find a lot of riverine birds in that area. Then you see even forest birds in that area because there are three to four different habitats mixing, just going parallel to each other, all across, where the Uttarakhand mountains meet the plains of Indian plains. So that area is known as Terai-bhabhar, right? The plains in geographical Uttarakhand, which are not mountains. So this is Terai-bhabhar, and then alpine meadows is basically meadows is what you have you. I'm sure you've seen Switzerland. You see those grassy slopes of mountains, not a tree, not a shrub, just grass carpet like a golf course. So a meadow is basically kind of a golf course above 10,000 feet altitude. So it's one of the most beautiful landscape. Nothing grows there, no tree. It's above tree line. Trees stop growing after that, right? And then you see only grass, Himalayan high altitude meadow grass, basically they grow, and some alpine flowers, they grow. And then you above that you see snow, permanent snow line. So you can actually see snow associated to, adjacent to these alpine meadows. So basically that is alpine meadows. And alpine meadows, you see amazing birds, of course. You don't see very many of them, but you see amazing, So all this, some pheasants you see, some partridges you see. Then, like I said earlier also, some buntings, centers you see in this area. So this is it.
thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your clarification.
sir what about the number of birds present from lower to higher range which
Sorry, I can't.
area had when we move from the basal part of a hill and move to upper region, upper ranges, the number of a species variation must be there.
Yes, sir.
So
See,
lower
basically,
altitude or the higher one, which one have
higher altitude you find less birds, of course.
Birds.
You don't find many birds, yeah, because only specialized species can take that cold.
Okay.
So like your chow, red-billed chow, yellow-billed chow, alpine chow that we call. It's a crow with a red beak and a yellow beak. So that you see, then you see Himalayan griffon, lammergeier. So that finches, rosefinch, and all those buntings, accentus, these are the species that you see in those regions.
Okay.
And then lower down forest, mixed forest, you see all those thrushes, magpies, thrushes, all kind of birds you see. Folktails and all that, they come down when the forest starts. So that is the area where you see maximum number of tates and all the maximum all warblers and all you see.
Babblers, all there.
Babblers, all those birds that you see.
Okay. Okay, thank you for such a nice information.
My pleasure. So why don't you join us for this bird count this year?
Because I have
it's happening from 27th of October to 30th of October.
No, I will.
And there are very well connected with rail, air, and road.
I have to predetermined plan for Nepal, Kathmandu. So I am going there in last week of October and return back at this place after few days. So I'm really with my another plan. Prior fixed.
No
it was with other persons. Thank you.
No issues.
Sir, let me add something about Dwivedi sir. Basically, he is our very senior consultant, and he's like our umbrella basically.
Okay.
And he's guiding us every day, every time whenever we seek any guidance from him. And we also have Paramjit Tiwari ji here with us. He is basically a forester from Palamo Tiger Reserve, and we also have Nirbhay ji as a forester from Palamo Tiger Reserve in this platform. Paramjit ji, please, if you can switch on your video and you can say something about.
I'll share one more interesting thing. When we started in 2008, so I mean I'm sure you must not have heard a regular bird count thing ever before that. Not even up till 2012. Now, of course, every state is doing and all that, right? And we feel happy about it. But we are actually the pioneers of this kind of a movement initiated by citizens, managed by citizens, and we've been, best part is that we've been doing it for so long. So that is the uniqueness of our.
Great, sir. Great.
Sir, I have one question related to that. So since from 2008, right, you are doing the bird count. So have you noticed any kind of decline or any kind of sudden boom in the number of
Yes. Yeah, year 2019 was a very peculiar one. There was a drastic drop in number of species. Say if I am looking at red-billed blue magpie, so if my other year's average is say 20 to 30 red-billed blue magpies every year in every trail, so that year it was maybe 2, 3. So number of species was there. In fact, it was more. But there were individual species, individuals that we were saying. So 19 was that observation. We were quite surprised that, you know, 1 or 2 individuals, but we were not groups like flock. So that was like, so when we do this kind of thing regularly, so we can see the. But yes, birds overall, the population of birds is declining certainly. That's a established fact. Yes.
Decline.
Yes, certainly. That is what we've been seeing a trend.
So as per your,
but number of species have increased in our count. Maybe because people are more familiar with Himalayan species now, so they can identify more. So they're able to identify more species now. So the number of
tool and
species
technology is helping us.
Technology, yes, lot of things, yes.
okay, sir, do you suggest any kind of safety measures from your own experiences while doing birding in Himalaya regions? Like what are the measures one should follow around that?
See, walking in a mountain is more safer than crossing a busy ring road in Delhi. It's much more safer than walking in mountains rather than
Only
crossing
you have
through
to
Delhi.
bear harsh climate.
So yes, only cold. One has to be careful about the cold. That's it. And one must be mentally prepared to rough it out, because when you are going there, you'll be tired. Your feet would be aching, But that's the fun of that, makes a trip memorable throughout the life. This is it. It's quite safe. It's quite
Right,
safe.
sir, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's quite safe.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your answer.
Lovely. It was lovely talking to you all.
Sir, any remote location any remotest location which you covered during this particular program?
Most of my locations are remote only.
Okay.
Most of my locations are remote. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Our land is known as land of gods. Even you'll find references in Kedarkhand Puran also. So
No,
it's a land. You find all. Sorry.
Devbhumi. We used to say Devbhumi.
Devbhumi is there.
Yeah.
You have also
Actually, in
Char Dham
2019,
there.
I've been there 4 times.
Hanji?
Sir, actually in 2019, I've been there 4 times.
Okay. Lovely.
4 times in 1 year. And I tried to cover the length and breadth, and covered most of the part of Uttarakhand in those 4 times, and tried to cover lot many species over there.
So you are playing a kabaddi match. Say kabaddi. See, I've spent all my life here in Uttarakhand, and every time I go there more, I realize how little I see of this place.
Yes.
So
this
what
year,
you are doing is you're playing a kabaddi match.
Yes.
But you must come, Uttarakhand. No issues. It's a lovely place for birders, nature enthusiasts, mountains. Amazing topography. Yes. We have amazing culture here. The cultural richness is amazing here. Yeah. So I take your leave. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Gee, you're saying something, ma'am?
Yeah, I was.
You're saying something?
Yeah. Do you have, sir, any kind of stories woven around birds, local birds, and all that? Like every places has certain kind of stories around the birds. Do you have some kind of stories like that? If you want to share.
No, even in our oral folk in Uttarakhand, we have a lot of stories, and there was one lot of references from folk and our past. Like Kalidas had written some beautiful lines. I don't remember them. Had I been in Dehradun, I could have taken out a book from a library and read those texts to you. Amazing. There are a lot of references from oral folk in our religion and culture. Like I mentioned, Kalidas had written some beautiful lines about birds. So birds have been documented.
Yeah, right, sir.
Birds have been documented very well. You'll be surprised to see. It's not a context, but just for an interesting aspect to people, that if you see liquor brands and wine brands, so most of the most famous brands, the label that you see is mostly birds. If you happen to observe, Whether it is famous grouse or turkey, there's some amazing, most popular brands carry bird pictures on their labels across the world.
Yes.
Right,
See.
sir. Anybody
So
else who wants to
birds have
ask?
always fascinated human beings.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Whenever I visit Uttarakhand, at the time of returning, I think I'm missing something. The time is not enough, and I'll go back to the place once again with the same promise.
Most
Every
welcome
year I
anytime.
come back. Okay, sir.
Most
So,
welcome. Now, initially, in fact,
anybody?
this year onwards, I'll be offering our base camp facility for birders. We'll open our base camp for birders coming on Uttarakhand visit. So they can be there, stay there, and then plan their journeys from there on. We have a small bird base camp up in mountains.
Okay, very good. Nice. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. Lovely talking to you all.
If anybody wants to ask any question to sir, he is about to leave. Please, guys, do fast. Anyone? Okay, sir. That's it, I think.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you so much for this webinar.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you.
In spite of
My
your
pleasure. My pleasure. Yeah.
bad health, you joined here.
Yeah. Yeah. My pleasure. Yeah.
Okay. Take care,
Okay,
sir.
bye.
You take care.
Good night.
And,
Good night. Take care.
stay healthy.
Thank you, sir.
Quickly
Thank you.
from cold. Okay. Bye bye. Good night, sir. Good night.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Mukul?